Good morning. Welcome to Southwest Flavor. Happy Thursday to everyone. Thank you so much for letting me have a little time off. Thank you to Live the Dream Media and my wife, Janae, for filling in for me on Tuesday. She did a great job, and I was excited to see her here live on air. We had an opportunity to go follow the U of A basketball team over to Las Vegas and watch them beat the national champion Florida Gators. So that was a good time, and we're just thankful that we had a couple days off, and now we're back at it. And speaking about U of A basketball, our guest today is someone that knows more about U of A basketball than I will ever know. It's Mr. Bob Elliott.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good for a Friday morning.
Yeah,
Thursday morning.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking about tomorrow in the show.
Right, because tomorrow you're debuting your podcast here on Live the Dream Media.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Bring guests in. You know, my nickname in college was Big Bird.
That's right.
So I figure when guests come in, we'll chop it up in the bird's nest.
In the bird's nest. That's excellent. So who's your first guest?
First guest tomorrow will be Dominic Ortega.
Okay.
Dominic, you may not know his name, but you definitely know his face. He's at almost every major nonprofit fundraiser in town. He's the guy taking pictures.
Okay.
And so he and his wife Miriam show up to all these different events, and they post it on their media page. And so it'd be interesting to see what he does, how he does it, why he does it, etc.
Okay, very good. Let's go back a few years and talk about some of your history. You're from Ann Arbor, Michigan, right?
Yes, I am.
And Fred Snowden recruited you here to play at the U of A. Tell us a little bit about that. Why Tucson, Arizona, and the U of A was so attractive for you to come over here?
Well, it was a couple things. First of all, I knew Coach Snowden as the assistant coach at the University of Michigan, which is in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
I also knew the athletic director at that time for Arizona was a guy named Dave Strack.
Okay.
Dave Strack used to be the head basketball coach at the University of Michigan.
Oh, okay.
And as a kid, when I was 10, the first basketball camp I ever attended was the Dave Strack basketball camp at Concordia College in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
And Coach Strack, he kind of had his office position where he could see the ticket office. And so if my dad were going up there to get some tickets for a game, here'd come Coach Strack. Dr. Elliott, I got to have Bobby when he's about that age. Well, he didn't get me as a player. He got me as Fred Snowden's player.
Okay. Very good. And what'd you think about Tucson when you first came here? I mean, it's culture shock, weather shock. I mean, there's so much different about Tucson.
A college town,
Yeah.
which that part for me was not a transition coming from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Okay.
The heat, the dryness.
Yeah.
I remember my freshman year, we're doing our training and we're running, and I had bad allergies back in Michigan.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I remember walking around campus. I'm like, what's that smell? It was a flower.
Oh.
I had never had a smelled a flower
Really?
before.
Oh, wow.
From my
Okay.
allergies.
Yeah.
But the dryness, the heat,
Yeah.
I would much rather deal with the heat
Yeah.
than back home from Thanksgiving to Easter. It's a mess. It's basically it's gray.
Yes.
Weather's bad.
Yeah.
So
You don't have to shovel any snow here.
no,
No.
definitely no snow. Definitely not any snow.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it was weird because my very first game here, I remember walking over from Graham Hall, so I was in the dorm, in shorts and flip-flops.
Right.
In November.
Right. Just right about this time of year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No way back in Michigan.
Right.
Yeah, not happening.
Yeah. You watch like football games and stuff right now in other parts of the country, and they have their hoodies on. They're kind of bundled up already.
Yes. Yeah. You can just see the dark, heavy clothing.
Yeah.
And so it just felt weird to walk over to McHale Center from Graham Hall in shorts and flip-flops.
So what did Fred Snowden tell you when you're coming here? Like what were, I don't want to say his promises, but what were his recruiting promises kind of to you?
Well, I came out Coach's second year. So his first year was the infamous Kiddie Corps. It was also the very first year that freshmen were eligible to play college basketball.
Okay.
So Coach comes in, recruits a whole class back in 1972. And they were all freshmen. So he had a 5 all-freshman starting lineup.
Okay.
Eric Money and Conneal Norman, Jim Rappas, Al Fleming, and a guy named John Irving.
Okay.
And I come in the second year. John decided to transfer, so he wasn't on the team when I came in that next year. But for me, like I said, I knew Coach Snowden those 4 years that he was the assistant coach at Michigan.
Yeah.
A couple facts about Coach Snowden. Yes, he was the first black head coach, Division I, at a major university.
Right.
Here at the University of Arizona. Yep. Here in Tucson, not in L.A. or New York or Detroit or someplace like that.
Right.
But Coach was also the first black head assistant coach at a Division I school when he went to Michigan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And because he was a very successful high school coach at Detroit Northwestern High School.
Okay.
And Coach used to tell us stories about some of the guys he had in high school. Mm-hmm. He used to always tell us about the four tops and the temps.
Oh, yeah?
And we're like, okay, coaches and salespeople are kind of like synonymous.
Okay,
they'll throw some stuff at you, and you're
sure.
kind of like, you got to figure out what is true and what's not true.
Right.
So, Coach
how much of it is enhanced?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, embellished big time.
Yeah.
Although, in my senior year in high school, we had what's called the Round Ball Classic. It's an all-star game for all the seniors in high school. And the guest coach for our team was Melvin Franklin from the Temptations.
Oh, okay.
So Coach Franklin shows up in the locker room, and he's got these boots on, which I don't know what animal they killed. But as a 17-year-old kid, you're kind of like, man, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Okay.
Walks into the locker room, and he's Coach Snowden's nickname was Fox, Freddie the Fox. Mm-hmm. Walks in the locker room and says, "Where's Fox's boy at?" So I sheepishly raised my hand. He said, "He gets the ball all game long." I said, "I like him."
Right.
But then in terms of the four tops and the temps, my junior year, we played UNLV in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And who walks in the locker room, because they were doing a tour at the time and they were in Vegas? The four tops and the temps.
Wow.
"Fox, we're here. We told you get to Vegas and we're here. We're coming to support you." I said, "Well, I guess that one, check that box. That one's true."
Right.
But also, Coach was really more of a baseball guy. People don't know that.
Okay.
Oh, a very successful baseball coach at Detroit Northwestern.
Wow.
Two of the guys he had that went pro, Willie Horton,
okay,
played for Detroit Tigers, and John Mayberry played for the Kansas City Royals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Coach but that was it. Coach, his pitch to me was, I already knew Erickson Corn. Erickson Corn and I and Jerome Gladney, who was in the same class as I was in, we were on a team that represented the city of Detroit in a national tournament. With that, I live in Ann Arbor. I do not live in Detroit.
Right.
So to play with this team, they put Eric Money's aunt's address down here for me. And so we won that national tournament.
Wow.
And so having that history with Erickson Corn as players, having that history with Coach Snowden.
Yeah.
Because I used to walk out of the Michigan games after games were over with Coach Snowden and his wife and his kids to their car. So he said, "Bobby, let's come west with us and let's make history."
Yeah. And you guys did. I mean, you started what we know now as Arizona basketball.
No question. That's why I wrote that book called Tucson, a Basketball Town.
Right.
Because it did start with Coach Snowden. When Coach Snowden came here, they were still playing in Bear Down. They would get maybe 1,000 people if they were lucky in a 3,000-seat gym.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Coach comes, he sells out Bear Down. Mid-season of his first year, they move over to McHale with 14,000 seats.
Wow, yeah.
And he sold that out also. And that was
went from a 3,000 to 14,000.
And sold it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's what unlocked the door for a lot of black coaches to go to Division I major schools.
Okay.
Because Coach came here and did a couple things that administrators like to see. Number one, they won, right?
Of course, yeah. Winning solves a lot of problems.
Number two, brought a lot of money in.
Yeah, yep.
And publicity was good.
Yeah.
So they hit the trifecta.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, right away, Washington State hired George Raveling, who was assistant coach at Maryland.
Okay.
Georgetown hires John Thompson, who was a high school coach at St. Anthony's.
Oh, okay.
And to this day, the coaches that are in the age group of about 55 to 70 will all still come up to me and say, "You don't know what Coach Snowden did for me." Because he unlocked the door that gave me the opportunities that got coaches talking
Yeah.
to actually go big time.
Right, right. And there's still areas in the country where there's a lot of racial tension for not only coaches, but for players.
Right now in the world, there's a lot of racial tension.
That's true. That's true.
Tension, period, everywhere.
Right, right. But I believe in your book, or maybe one of your interviews, you talked about playing in some areas of the United States where
No question.
There was some racial tension for black players.
No question.
Yeah.
You know, you get called the N-word, you just say, hey, that's their problem, not yours.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. And like you said, there's still racial tensions all over the world.
Yeah, all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but
exactly.
it's a reality.
It is.
It's a reality.
It really is.
You have to
It
keep
really
on
is.
just living your life.
You do.
Yeah.
You know, you just say, all you can do is do the best you can do, be the best you can be, and treat people like you'd like to be treated.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So then let's fast forward. You get through your U of A career, and then you get drafted into the NBA. But you're drafted by the 76ers, right?
I was drafted by the Sixers.
But you didn't play for them.
Not in the regular season.
Okay.
It was a loaded roster.
Okay.
Back then, you were allowed to have 12 guys on your roster.
Oh, okay.
You were allowed to have up to 3 guys on injured reserve list. And they already had 13 guys from the previous year on their roster, including injuries.
Wow.
And then you get drafted there.
Yeah.
And they were pretty successful. They went to the finals against Portland.
Okay.
But, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
From a basketball standpoint. It did work out in terms of, I would say what's more meaningful, Ron.
Okay.
Relationships.
Yeah.
You know,
relationships are everything.
They last a lifetime.
Right.
So one of the guys that befriended me, took me in as like his little brother, was Julius Erving.
Yeah, okay. Of course.
And he and I still to this day, he's my big brother.
Yeah. So then from there, you went and played 1 year in Europe?
To finish that year. I finished that same year.
Okay.
Over in Europe, and then came back and signed with the Nets and played 3 years with the Nets.
Oh, okay. And how was that experience?
A lot of travel.
Yeah.
It's unlike the guys now. So when we played, you flew commercial, number one.
Yeah.
And it meant waking up at 4:30 in the morning to catch a flight to go to another town and play another game.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays they have private planes with executive chefs on board.
Oh.
Lazy boy chairs that fit them.
Right.
It's not like sitting in a regular airplane.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a person like me, it's no problem. But you have a bunch of basketball players where the shortest guy might be 6 foot.
Ron, there is not a seat in a plane that fits me.
Yeah.
Not at all. You know, if I go back to coach and go in the emergency exit, I might have more leg room.
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't get the width.
Oh, okay.
So whoever's sitting next to me is in trouble. I'm just leaning on them.
Yeah, yeah.
In first class, you get the width in the chair, but you don't get the leg room.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it is what it is. I
Yeah.
mean, people say, what's it like to be 6'9"? I said, I don't know anything else.
That's true. That's true. So, did you have a big growth spurt like during high school, or were you always just, several inches taller than everyone else?
Up until 8th grade, myself and a few other guys were about the same size.
Okay.
I started 8th grade at 5'8", 135 pounds.
Okay.
I started 9th grade at 6'3",
Oh, wow.
130.
Oh, wow. 130.
I grew 8 inches and lost weight.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was very dramatic because that year my mother said, you're in a growth spurt. I'm not buying you any other clothes till you finish. So in the school yearbook is a picture of me with my pants hitting me somewhere in my shins.
Yeah, you had your high waters on.
They call it Dr. Flood.
Yeah.
And mom said, no, until you finish this spurt, we're not buying any more pants.
Wow.
So that was a little dramatic.
Right.
Yeah. But luckily I kept being active. So, but I mean to gain, grow 8 inches and lose, 3 to 5 pounds. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Did that affect your knees or anything during that growth spurt?
Yeah. Knees and my spine.
Okay.
You know, where they tried to impress on me, make sure you sit up straight.
Yeah.
Because your spine will start to curve. And I started to
yeah.
develop muscles around the curvature if I was slouching in chairs in school and stuff like that.
Right.
But nothing major. I mean, obviously got past all of that.
Okay.
But that was the year when all of a sudden I went from being one of the tallest with everybody to being, no, he's the tallest guy in the class. You know, you go take a picture and say, okay, go in the back. It's automatic. Just go in the back.
Yeah.
It's in the middle, and everybody.
Everyone goes around you.
Yes, yes. To this day, that's just how it is.
That's true. Yeah. Well, cool. Let's take a quick sponsor break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
At Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, we know your home is more than four walls. It's where family gathers and comfort matters most. During the month of November, with the purchase of a new HVAC system, we'll include a free water heater or take $1,000 off your installation. It's our way of helping keep your home cozy, efficient, and worry-free. Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, where home wellness begins.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Hey Tucson, you want to toss some bags for a good cause? Come join us November the 1st at Brandy Fenton Park from 10 to 2. Come join the fun, bring the kiddos.
Come join the fun with horseback riding, a petting zoo market, fresh food, beverages, and more. Come and network.
This tournament matters because we're raising money to do community service work for our assisted living homes and memory care facilities.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
All right, we are back talking with Bob Elliott, and Let's talk about some current stuff. You have a lot going on, not just with the brand new podcast that's starting tomorrow, but you're so involved. You and your wife Beverly are so involved with the community here in Tucson. What made you come back to Tucson and stay here?
Well, really never left. So even the 4 years I played pro basketball, we kept a house here. And this became home base.
Okay.
We both believe that, we got married in college, and we both believe that the best thing is to not be gypsies.
Yeah.
And somebody gets traded, and you go to another city. You get traded, and you go to another city. You get traded. I said, no, home base is Tucson.
Okay.
And let the kids know that daddy's the crazy guy with a T-shirt and shorts on going around playing basketball.
Okay.
But this is home, and he'll come back here.
Okay.
Now, one of the reasons why I quit playing, so my wife had a drill with, at that time, we just had the one daughter. And I guess she's little, and they had a 8x10 picture of me on the speaker. Back in the days, you had a great big speakers.
That's right, yeah.
And I guess she'd tell him every night, she'd tell her, go give your daddy a kiss. And she kissed the picture. So season's over. I'm home.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get that kiss.
Yeah.
She told her, go give daddy a kiss, and she kissed the picture.
Oh, wow.
That's when I said, okay, let me look at what it takes to get pension in the NBA, how many years you have to be in there, blah, blah, blah. And at that point, I said, I'm done.
Okay.
So that was a major reason, one of the major reasons why I quit playing.
Yeah. Family's more important.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, yeah. And thank you. Thank you for being there for your family.
Yeah, that's good. It's good stuff. And so, but the biggest thing we have going on, my wife and I are co-founders of the African American Museum of Southern Arizona.
Right.
And how that started was during the pandemic, March of 2020. We've been married 50 years. We have 10 grandkids.
Wow.
One great-granddaughter that's 1 year old now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I don't know about the G word, but that's another issue. That's another podcast.
Yeah.
But the youngest of the grandkids was in kindergarten, March of 2020. He's 7. And, kindergarten should be about 2 things, graham crackers and naps.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Now you're requiring these kids to learn with a tablet and not be in class. So the next year comes up.
Yeah.
First grade, his teacher says, okay, it's February, Black History Month. Do a report on a black hero or shero. He goes online and gets all the regular cast of characters, whether it's Martin Luther King or Sojourner Truth, leans over to my wife and says, where's the place here that I can do research about people that are black? And my wife said, we didn't know. So she called. She's on the advisory board for a museum back in Ann Arbor where we're from, which is tied to the Wright Museum in Detroit, which is tied to the Smithsonian. Smithsonian called my wife back and said, we've got bad news for your grandson. There is not an African-American museum in Tucson. There is not an African-American museum in the state of Arizona.
Really? Oh, wow.
And he looked at my wife and said, then you need to start one, and I'll help. So he's now 12. He just received from the NAACP the Image Award for being an inspiring future leader.
Oh, cool.
He's 12 now.
Yeah.
And so, but everybody comes to the museum, receives his name is Jody, receives a Jody's bag. Because Jody said, anybody has listened to Nanu You for an hour on a tour, they need some candy. So he puts in these bags. He goes to Walmart, gets candy, gets the bags, puts a couple pieces of candy in there and a magnet that you put on your refrigerator with our QR code as well as the logo. And everybody gets a Jody's bag.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And where is that located at?
Okay, we're in the Student Union.
Okay.
Right around the corner from the bookstore. On that second floor, right across from the food court also.
Okay.
So a great location. We've been open since January 14th of 2023.
Okay.
We're about to hit 10,000 people before the end of this year.
Wow.
That have gone through that museum.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, unbelievable. The community support has been unbelievable.
Right.
Unbelievable for people to come and look. Over 700 donors have contributed to the museum, and it takes a lot. It was a project.
Yeah.
Because we literally started with a blank sheet of paper.
Right.
And had to put everything together from the infrastructure, the exhibits, the fundraising, the PR, you name it. So But no, it's been great.
How did you start? How did you start with your research?
Well, my wife, who was the volunteer executive director, that was one of the keys to being a museum is get as many volunteers as possible.
Yeah.
So that way you don't have a lot of payroll.
Yeah.
But she did all the research, finding out what it takes to be a museum. We are listed as a small museum, which means that your annual budget has to be under $250,000 a year.
Ah, okay.
And because of that, it allows you to go after certain grants. Once you get past that 250, now it's like you're in a whole nother world.
Oh, okay.
So no, it was a lot of research to get all that together, the exhibits, the TIs, get the tenant improvements, get the building to look the way it does.
Yeah.
But we're in room 244.
Okay.
Officially. But again, it's just if you were to park in the 2nd Street garage.
Okay. Yeah.
And you look to your right, there's a Starbucks.
Okay.
Keep going a little further is the bookstore. Keep going a little further. But before you get to the mall, look to your left, and that's right where we are.
Oh, okay, cool.
So a great location.
Yeah, yeah. Very good, very good. What else do you have going on here in the community?
Well, our annual fundraisers are our fireside chats.
Oh.
So we had Ruby Bridges here, the very first one. Ruby, some people don't know her name, but they know her face and her picture. Norman Rockwell has a famous painting of a 6-year-old black girl in 1960 being escorted to school when she integrated the New Orleans school system.
Oh, wow.
Okay, she came. Carlotta Walls, one of the Little Rock 9, the integrated Central High School, she came in Little Rock. Stacy Snowden came in to explain some of the things that she and her family went through when Coach Snowden was here, such as they couldn't buy a house in 3 different places because of redlining. Because people just didn't want African Americans, and the CCNRs would say that.
Really?
African Americans, people of color are not allowed to live in this particular neighborhood. She also mentioned how when she was in elementary school, a lot of times the kids would go out on the playground. She couldn't go because of death threats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see, and a lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah.
The last one we did was Julius Erving, my old teammate with the 76ers. Doc came in, and everybody was expecting like basketball highlights. And Julius comes in and starts the program saying that, he really supported the museum that Bev and I and our family are doing, but that he's the only living member of his immediate family.
Really?
Mother, father, sister, and a brother.
Okay.
And so that kind of set the stage that this was going to be about life.
Yeah.
And you could have heard a pin drop when he made that statement.
Wow, yeah.
But it was great. We had sponsors that basically allowed a lot of young basketball kids to come in and listen to Doc.
Yeah.
And then our next one will be February 18th.
Okay.
And a childhood friend, Tony Dungy, the NFL Hall of Fame coach.
Okay, yeah.
First black coach to win a Super Bowl.
That's
currently
right.
on NBC Sunday Night Football.
Yep, and I've read several of his books.
Well, Tony will be here.
Oh, fantastic.
The personal relationship there is Tony and I used to play high school summer league basketball together.
Okay.
And he was actually in our wedding 50 years ago.
Wow.
So there's a picture that we will show of Tony in 1975 with an 8-inch afro like everybody else.
Right.
He couldn't grow one of those right now if he wanted to, okay? Because you can see him on NBC every Sunday night.
Yeah.
There's no afro there.
Right.
So he'll be here, and Tony is Tony. He's always been that way.
Yeah.
It was a shame it took the NFL so long to give him a chance to be a head coach.
Yeah.
But, obviously he and I have been in touch the whole time, and he would go into his interviews. He'd have a cross on his lapel, have his Bible in his hand, and here comes the question: what are your priorities in life? And Tony would always say, God, family, football, in that order.
Right.
But I will have a winning program for you.
Right.
And so Tony will be here February 18th.
Fantastic.
To tell his story.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, that should be good. Should be good.
Well, Bob, thank you so much for coming on today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and look forward to being in your seat starting tomorrow, 9 a.m. Fridays.
Yep.
The Bob Elliott show, and have these guests come in. Dominic Ortega will be the first guest, and we'll have a good time. It'll be fun, just like you and I are doing.
That's right. That's right. All right. We will be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
At Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, we know your home is more than four walls. It's where family gathers and comfort matters most. During the month of November, with the purchase of a new HVAC system, we'll include a free water heater or take $1,000 off your installation. It's our way of helping keep your home cozy, efficient, and worry-free. Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, where home wellness begins.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Hey Tucson, you want to toss some bags for a good cause? Come join us November the 1st at Brandy Fenton Park from 10 to 2. Come join the fun, bring the kiddos.
Come join the fun with horseback riding at Petting Zoo Market, fresh food, beverages, and more. Come and network.
This tournament matters because we're raising money to do community service work for our assisted living homes and memory care facilities.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
Welcome back to Southwest Flavor. You can check us out every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Our next guest is Erickson from Tucson Business Investments.
Correct.
How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Yeah, appreciate the invite.
Yeah, and so you're a local Tucson business broker.
I am.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I've been doing this for about, 3 or 4 years now.
Okay.
Started in real estate on the investing side, but when the Fed started fighting inflation, realized all my investors were going to be on the fence for a while, and so decided to pick up a new skill set.
Yeah.
And I've always liked spreadsheets, and so I had a friend of mine who had bought a second home down here. He was up in Portland, Oregon, and he was a business broker. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then wait a minute, what does that mean? Right? So you hear the phrase, but you're not really sure.
Most
what that
people
is.
don't know what it is.
Yeah. So what we do is we help business owners who been in their business 10, 15, 20, however long, who don't have anyone to pass it on to.
Okay.
Kids are like, that's not for me, or no, that's too hard, or I want to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever.
Right.
And they don't have anyone in the company, and so they say, well, I still want to retire, so I want to sell.
Yeah.
And so we help them go through that process of getting an evaluation. And then if they like the valuation, we move forward and help them find a buyer.
Okay.
So it's really that exit planning, exit strategy for business owners when they don't have their own plan.
Okay. I'm thinking out loud here, but I think probably most business owners don't like the valuation. And so there's like a step or there's a process that you can give them and say, hey, this is what you need to do to get where you need to be to sell this business, right?
Yeah, it's interesting because when they're really motivated, their valuation idea isn't really that far off from what we can actually get them.
Okay.
The ones who have this huge number, often it's a made up number, right?
Sure.
I want $2 million. Well, where'd you get that from? I don't know. It just sounds good, right? Those ones.
That's what I think it's worth.
Yeah. Some of those people have a little more, there's a little more education on that front. But when people are starting to get really close to it, they know how their business is doing.
Yeah.
And they start paying attention to the numbers a little bit more, or they start being aware of those, or they have no idea, right? And so the number that we give them a lot of times, like, oh, really? I can get that much for it?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so it's interesting that for those who haven't planned for it and all of a sudden need to sell, that's what we tend to help more of. Those who are planning have a succession plan, know who they're going to give it to, have those steps in plan, and honestly don't need us most of the time.
Okay, all right. I think just from being a business owner that you should always prepare your business and have your business as the most attractive business out there,
right?
And just if you needed to sell it, you'd be an attractive business to sell.
Absolutely.
I mean, because that's just running a good business.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and to your credit, right, that's how you're able to be here today, right? Because you've got your team in place, you're at your sport.
Right.
A lot of business owners never get past that, hey, I'm the operator, right? So there's a business owner, and then there's this business owner / operator.
Right.
And it's those operators that really don't have that succession plan in mind. They're just trying to get past the next day, trying to get past the next payroll.
Yeah.
And then, 20 years goes by, look up, say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's when they start looking for people like us to say, how can I get out? Right. And so then we kind of start talking them through, well, we need this or that. And, well, I want more than that. Then we start talking them through, things that you're talking about of, well, you have to have certain things in place to have that higher valuation that you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of business owners don't look at their profit and loss statement every month, or even more often than that.
Yeah,
I mean that's numbers don't lie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's your report card. That's your blood pressure. You know. I mean, it tells everything about you. And if you're spending way too much and you're not bringing in enough, then changes need to be made, or you have to figure out different strategies to change what you don't like.
Sure. Yeah, and that's what's really interesting is that the business owners are like, well, I'm not even sure where my taxes are. You're like, oh, this is going to be a longer haul, right?
Yeah.
Those who can come in and say, no, I've got 3 years of tax returns. I look at my P&L every month. They're in a much better position and often get a higher multiple than those who are just like, I need to sell. Okay, well, why do you need to sell? I don't know. I got to get out, right? So those ones are often we can't sell those ones, and that's that's a hard conversation to have. But really, you need 3 things to sell a business. Mm-hmm. 1, desirable results. 2, can you prove that you have desirable results, right?
Yeah.
That goes back to those numbers, right?
Yeah,
Can you pull up that P&L? Can you reproduce it every month, right?
Yeah.
It's not just, well, I did it once for my CPA, I'm good for a year, right? That's a scary proposition.
Yeah.
And the third one, is it transferable, right? Is it all in your head, right? So we struggle more with designers or people who are creatives who, they're not having a team do it. It's just all coming from them.
Yeah.
For example, like this podcast, if you were just making up stuff every day, I'd have a hard time replacing that. But with you bringing in new people every day, it's like, well, my actual business is the invite, right? I can teach people how to invite people to come and present versus it all come out of my head.
Exactly. I remember it was many years ago. It was probably 10 years ago, and I was still out in the field, so I was that the guy that was still out in the truck. But I talked to someone about I was just interested. They were invited me to explore, maybe selling my business.
Sure. And
they said you're too far in the business.
Yeah.
You are the business. You're the face of it.
Right.
And if we bought it, people would still be looking for you.
Right.
You need to be a step behind, not behind the business, but away from the business, so that the business is its own entity.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. There's a huge difference when, you can have your name for your business. I'm not saying that's the wrong thing, but when they're asking for Ron every day versus calling Pitcher Rocks, that's two very different models.
Yeah, it is. So kind of from that point on, I started trying to separate myself, and I didn't get out of the truck as fast as I could, but one of the main reasons was because I lost a couple key people along the way. I'm like, all right, this guy's going to be my key man, and he's going to be running things, and I can step back, and then I'd lose him, and then I'd have the next guy, and so,
absolutely,
and that happens. That happens in every business, and I mean, people come and go. That's one of the things that you learn as a business owner is people come and go, especially if you've been doing it for 25 years.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that's one of the questions that all buyers ask is, well, what happens to employees, right? Who's doing the work, right?
Yeah.
How much of this work do I need to do? And then they make that evaluation. It stops being a price discussion and it starts being a skill discussion for a lot of businesses of, I can't do that, right? I don't know how to turn a wrench, right? Or I don't know how to do the marketing.
Right.
And so, if your task list is so long that it pushes people away, then that's as big as obstacle as a price or valuation.
Yeah. So what does the Southern Arizona market look like for businesses?
Great if you're profitable, right? So we're absolutely selling businesses, right? We have lots of interest. It's just whether or not that business is worth buying, right? And so, a lot of those things we just talked about, those three criteria, if you're not breaking any of those, we're able to sell those businesses, right? And we have things in escrow or have things in closing, but the finance piece of it is obviously much more difficult, right? Government shutdown right now. There are no SBA loans, right?
I didn't even think about the SBA loans. But
so even if you think, hey, I'll just get financing through SBA, which isn't really a finance method, right? That's just a program that a bank then administers.
Right.
But even with that said, though, those are all on hold right now. And so you're like, hey, I'm going to buy a business. Great. How are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get an SBA loan. Well, not the next 2, 3, who knows, right? That's an open question mark.
Yeah.
Most of the businesses we are selling right now are either people who have the cash to expand, or they've got investors on the side that it's like, hey, I've got this dream. Here's my vision. I've convinced other people that I can do this. Either through past experiences. I've had similar businesses, and I'm looking to pivot or whatever. So there's definitely there's a lot of money actually out there to buy because, like I said, the reason why I'm a business worker now is because real estate isn't producing, right? You can't go buy a single family home and have it cash flow. So all that money that should be in real estate investing has got to go somewhere, right? Stock market is a little bit, some days
it looks like it's a little bit top heavy, the stock market,
right? Yeah. And there's other months where it doesn't look great.
Yeah,
I mean it's at an all-time high, so obviously it's great,
right?
But for how long?
Exactly.
Right? And so there's a lot of people looking for quote unquote alternative investments, and businesses are one of those that people are looking at heavily.
Yeah.
But if it's run right.
Yeah, of course.
Because most people have the money, but they don't want to spend the time and be in the business, right? They want to see a business that's not an operator business.
Right.
And to your point, if you're running it well, why should you even sell? And so it's kind of that push pull of there's got to be a really good reason why they're selling, and it's still running well.
Ah, right. Do you usually see the owner that's selling? Do you usually see them like stay on for a little while, just for that transition period? Or
if they're willing to stay on, it obviously helps the buyer being willing to stick around. It's what are they staying for, right? Or what are the tasks that are really being needed?
Okay.
So we had one recently that was a good example of this, where the seller wanted had a great business, right? It was an electrical contracting business, doing a really good job of it, but got tired of being in Arizona. So they found this beautiful place out in Tennessee, and like, hey, we want to move out there. Well, I can't keep running my contracting business from being, boots on the ground, right?
Right, exactly.
Can't hold the contractor's license, all those kind of things. But he still could be a good sales rep, right? Don't need to be physically there to call it, GCs or, call the old contacts. And so he stayed on as a sales rep. And so he can do that remotely, keeps all of the business flowing, right? Keeps the pipeline full, yet doesn't have to be there every day.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
So for the buyer, that was a great trade because the buyer had the experience to be the boots on the ground and had this insurance policy of, hey, if things are looking slow, I'm just going to tag the previous owner and he's going to go find me 2 or 3 more jobs.
Right. And he has a lot of those contacts already, those relationships.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, Tucson is a huge relationship town.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of times it's the people who you know and your reputation. Your reputation is huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your. It's probably weekly emails. Is it weekly or is it?
I try to do them twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It encourages me, and a lot of times, or it reaffirms some of the stuff that I'm doing.
Right.
Because you send out those emails and you're like, you should be doing this stuff, or you should look at this stuff for the future. You know?
Absolutely.
And it's just it's good stuff.
Yeah.
It is, because you always have to be looking at the future.
And I wish I could take more credit for those, but a lot of those are people coming into our office and either they're doing it really well, like, hey, I need to write about that, or they're not doing it well. And it's like, hey, man, if I could have had that conversation with you a year ago or 2 years ago, you'd be in a much better place.
Right.
What's interesting about our business is that most people who come in the door probably should have been there 2 years earlier.
Yeah. Well, you talk about that on your emails. Is it kind of like a 3-year process of selling your business?
Yep.
Because you need to have a lot of preparation in there.
Yeah, unless you've done all the work up front and kind of either gone through it one time before or haven't. If you're just starting the process, we need 3 years of tax returns that are solid, right? Yeah. That's kind of like the baseline.
Right.
And so if you're walking in the door and you haven't done your tax returns in a year, you're already a year behind, right? So it's going to take just that year to get that going. And then our typical sales cycle, once we actually have it on the market, is 3 to 9 months.
Okay.
Right. And so that's the tail end of it. But how much prep do you have you had that up to this point?
Yeah. And I mean, even in the process of selling, because there's probably some people that are like, I'm done with this. I've done this for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever. I'm done with this. But if you start that selling process, you have to stay on top of everything. You can't let stuff go down. I mean, you have to be running that business like you're a 25-year-old, just full of life and, going after it.
Yeah. In fact, we had a recent example where they'd come in 3 years before, beautiful business, right? It was running really well, had lots of great orders. They were putting a lot of money into their pension funds. And gave them a great valuation. It was like $1.5 million, which for Tucson that's anything above $1 million is pretty solid for Tucson, right?
Yeah,
especially for owner operators.
Yeah,
and so we can absolutely sell this business. Let's get this list. Like, okay, we're thinking about it. Month went by. It's like, we think we found a buyer. Great, congratulations, right? Let us know how that goes. Year goes by, don't hear anything. Assume it's sold, right? No big deal. Get a knock on the door and, hey, we need to sell. Well, I thought you had a buyer. Well, he flaked out. Didn't have the credentials or didn't have the financing or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But the problem is that they had mentally checked out. They had a buyer in hand, so they thought, right? Business sales had dropped in half.
Ooh.
And it's like, I'm sorry, that valuation that I promised you a year ago, it's no longer valid.
Yeah.
Right. And so, we had to scramble and even in that process, they lost their second best customer. Right. So, I mean, sales kept, it was just one hit after another.
Yeah.
Yet had they sold at the peak, right? Again, that 2 years earlier, they'd be sitting on $1.5 million right now.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, let's take a quick sponsor break. We will be back in just a couple minutes.
Awesome.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
At Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, we know your home is more than four walls. It's where family gathers and comfort matters most. During the month of November, with the purchase of a new HVAC system, we'll include a free water heater or take $1,000 off your installation. It's our way of helping keep your home cozy, efficient, and worry-free. Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, where home wellness begins.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Hey Tucson, you want to toss some bags for a good cause? Come join us November the 1st at Brandy Fenton Park from 10 to 2. Come join the fun, bring the kiddos.
Come join the fun with horseback riding at Petting Zoo Market, fresh food, beverages, and more. Come and network.
This tournament matters because we're raising money to do community service work for our assisted living homes and memory care facilities.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
We are back talking with Eric Erickson of Tucson Business Investors. So you have a lot going on. We were talking off air. Just you always have a lot going on, but you also own your own business.
Correct.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So when I became a business broker, it was probably a year in and maybe two. I'm not sure. But anyways, one of our brokers in the office had a dry cleaners for sale.
Okay.
And he does a lot of laundromats and dry cleaners. I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to it. It was his thing, and I was working on trying to build my book of business. And at one point, he got frustrated, and he's like, man, I don't know, I can't sell this thing. If I was younger, I'd buy it myself. I'm like, wait a minute, why is that? And so I had him walk me through his logic, and basically, as I took notes, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna send this out to our buyers list, right? You know, people who had shown interest in other opportunities. Just did an email blast and just kind of wrote down what he said. It's like, hey, if you could do these things, right, this might be a good opportunity. And so I sent that out, and I happened to have my wife on copy with that email. And so I sent it out thinking, hell, I wonder what people might be interested in. Came home that night, and my wife's like, why aren't we buying this? I'm like, buying what? The dry cleaner email that you sent out. I'm like, because you don't iron clothes, honey. That's why we're not buying a dry cleaner. And she's like, that's not the point. If the numbers look good, we should be serious about looking at this. So with her encouragement, I started looking at it stopped looking at it from a broker's perspective and started looking at it from an actual investor's perspective or a buyer's perspective. And it made a lot of sense. And so we have Twin Peaks Cleaners in Marana here locally. It's in a great area. It's growing. Lots of neighborhoods around it are still being built around us.
Yeah.
Kind of protected away from some of the bigger dry cleaners in town.
Okay.
We're a little more west than some of the big guys in town.
Right.
And so it's opportunity to not just run a dry cleaners, but to grow one.
Yeah.
And so that's what we've been doing for the last 2 years. So we've eaten our own cooking, as the business brokers say, right? So a lot of people will say, well, if there's such a great deal, why are you selling it? Why don't you just buy it yourself? Well, in this case, we did.
Yeah. Yeah. And Marana's so full of opportunities.
Right.
I mean, it's a great town to do business in, to live in.
Yeah.
And it's full of opportunities, and they're very business friendly.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree.
And you're part of the Marana Chamber also.
We are.
Yeah. I think that's probably how I met you originally.
I think so. Yeah. Or at least deepen the relationship, right? I mean, seeing each other in various things, but seeing each other at the Marana Chamber definitely has helped increase that relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. And tell us a little bit about your experiences with the Marana Chamber. How long have you been? Has it been a couple years?
So we joined as soon as we bought the dry cleaners, right?
Okay.
And so retail outlets, right, do really well in chambers. We wanted people to know that we were in the community and participating. And so, we try to go as many of those as we possibly can and support the different things that are happening. Because we're the as a neighborhood dry cleaner, we want to be part of that neighborhood.
Right. Right. Yeah, we've been in the chamber for the Marana Chamber probably 14 years, something like that. It has helped us tremendously just to grow.
Yeah,
yeah, and both the Marana and the Oro Valley chambers have been crucial in our development and growth. So, and like I said before, Tucson and the surrounding areas, Southern Arizona it's huge on relationships.
Absolutely.
It really is. And I'm sure you see that with the dry cleaner. You just, you see the same people coming in, you get to know the neighborhood people.
Yeah.
And,
No, it's fun for people walking in the doors like, hey, I've seen you there, or your other clients somewhere else. And so it's great being able to serve and help people like that.
Right. So tell people how they can get hold of you if they're interested either in seeing like a list of something to buy, or they're interested in maybe, starting the process of seeing if they can sell their business.
Yeah, so we're so Tucson Business Investments has been around for over 40 years. The company has been helping people. I think we've done over 800 businesses in that time period.
Wow. Okay.
So a lot of experience. And so if I don't know the answer, I know who to ask.
Right.
So it's super easy to find us, TucsonBusiness.com. We've got one of the easier websites out there. They grabbed it, again, been around for a long time, so they grabbed it early on.
Okay.
So we've got a nice little website. You can just jump on there. We've got some buyer guides and some seller guides. And if you just want to talk to a broker directly, just give us a call at the office.
All right. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Absolutely.
It's been
Glad
a pleasure.
to be here.
Yeah. It's always good to catch up with you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, thank you. All right. That's another episode of Southwest Flavor. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. We will see you next week.
Thank you.